Rotarians and as a district governor, we have over about 150 clubs, Rotary clubs, within District 9110. And my job as the district governor is to supervise and oversee these 150 clubs to be sure that they do things within the Rotary year in line with the goals and aspiration of our RI International President, which is the President of the world, and also to be sure that they are touching humanity and touching lives within their communities in the way they are supposed to. So as a DG, I am mandated to visit every club at least once. We call it DG visit. That once is for me to have a board meeting with the board members of the club and then look at their books and see how they have set their goals on Rotary International Club Central, which is where they're supposed to upload their goals online for RI president and all the other district leaders to be able to assess the goals for the district. So I go around, visit the clubs, look at their books, have board meetings with them, and be sure that they are ready for the year and that they are set to carry out projects within their communities that will touch lives. Because our motto of Rotary Foundation is doing good in the world. And our job is to continue to touch the less privileged within our society and to put laughter in the faces of those that have no hope and to give them hope. This Rotary year, like every year, the RI president will come up with a theme for the Rotary year. And the theme for this year is Create Hope in the World. So how do we create hope in the world? By touching lives, by doing what we know how to do best. We do a need assessment within our communities, find out what they need, and then we begin to provide. And how do we provide? We don't have money. Everything we do is either through donation, support from high network individuals, support from government, which is what we're calling government to do all the time. They've not supported us enough. They should be partnering with Rotary by now to do larger projects within our community because we have the network and we have the platform with which to do this. Every time government is looking for how to do palliatives and whatever, Rotary has all the network because we are in every community around the world and around Nigeria. In Nigeria alone, we have 4 districts. This is one of the districts. We have other districts in the east and the north and in the southeast. So that is what we do as Rotarians. We do letters every year, like you saw in the Rotary Club of Bagada, one of the foremost clubs in the district. That installation was meant to raise funds. And whatever funds that is raised will now be applied. You saw that they had a pediatric ward in Bagada General Hospital, which they want to help renovate and equip. We have what we call the 7 areas of focus in Rotary. These 7 areas of focus are areas which will touch lives. We have water and sanitation. That is providing water, borehole, toilet facilities. Like Rotary has built toilets in schools and provided boreholes and water tanks for students in school to have a good sanitation while going to school. We do basic education and literacy. We go to primary and secondary schools, majorly public schools, not the private schools that can afford it, because what we want is to touch the less privileged. We go to these schools, provide them, equip their library. At times we provide them computers, like what Bagada South did. I went to commission over 25 computers to a secondary school. Provide them that, provide exercise books. The other day I went to commission a scientific lab constructed and equipped by Rotary Club for that school's near Mosimi area, Maryland, Mende area, and all that. So we do that. That's under basic education and literacy. We go around school, see what they lack and how to. Then we do environmental, planet Earth, save the planet Earth. We do things on the environment. We go around planting trees within our environment to beautify them, because in Nigeria we kill all the trees. We will help government by planting trees to save our planet Earth. Then we have maternal and child health. Under maternal and child health, we visit health centers, see what the women, pregnant women, will provide them with maternity kits, provide them with bed cots, baby cots for the children. We even provide them with all these what children like, equipments, suction equipments and whatever that mothers need, and those hospitals that they lack, we buy them for them to use. Then we have economic and community empowerment. With economic and community empowerment, we train people on vocations, different vocations. We have vocational centers at our Obobo area, Agege area. We have in a Solo area. We have different vocational centers. We train the children in different vocations, and at the end of the day, we empower them. We buy sewing machines, we buy hairdressing equipment, we teach them how to make throw pillows and different kinds of vocation, and then we try to equip them to go into the field and begin to. We also have on other health areas, not just for maternity, we take up health areas, we go to hospitals, general hospitals, we check a need they have, do a need assessment with them, find out what equipment. I know we have donated yes, not just nose masks. This when people can't breathe, oxygen machines. Most hospitals lack it, especially generals. They don't have enough. So when you go to the emergency sections, they have at times only 2, at times only 1. So when you have people that can't breathe and they bring them in and they are 3, 4, 5, of course they lack this thing. And that is something that is under emergency that will enable people either survive or die. So we provide them with such things. And then at times, most times, we bring in partners from other Rotary clubs outside Nigeria. Like I know our Indian clubs come to Nigeria to partner with us to do a lot of projects. Like this cleft leaves that go up, bringing it down and all that. They do this eye surgeries, and they do different kinds of surgeries. They come from India to come and do. This year now, about 18 doctors are going to fly in from India. They are all Rotarians, but they are doctors. So they feel this is a way of giving back to the world. They call us and say, okay, we're coming to partner with your district. Bring people for this surgery. What do they call it again? They come and do the surgery. They are cataracts. Okay. Yes, eye cataract. They are coming to do about 3,000 free surgeries on eye cataract this year. Last year, the Nigerian Americans, physicians in America, Nigerian physicians in America came to Nigeria, about 50 doctors, different specialties, and they partnered with our district. We got 10 hospitals in Lagos and Ogun State to partner with us, to provide their doctors, their nurses, and for us to use their hospitals for free. Those are the kind of partnerships we do. So these 10 hospitals, we screened people down. We had over 5,000 candidates that were ready with different ailments, and the doctors are here to perform all kinds of surgeries. And they also came with drugs to give out to the patients. So their own is to perform the surgeries, give the drugs, then the hospitals will at least give the bed, the environment to, and then the doctors from that hospital and the nurses will assist them in doing the job, and then cater for the patients. Maybe 3 days, they discharge them, 2 days, 1 week, depending on what kind of surgeries they have been able to do. So it's a lot that Rotary does. We all know that polio was eradicated in Nigeria thanks to organizations like polio and WHO, UNICEF, and all that. But Rotary played a very major part, because we have a partner like Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation that has given Rotary over $350 million to fight polio around the world. They bring in vaccines, and we go around. At times, Rotarians have had their lives put at risk, especially when we go to areas in the north. or to these areas in the community where they don't speak English, they can't understand you, they think you have come to kill their children. So we get the obas, the traditionalists there, to get them involved, first of all, explain to them. And at times you see them taking the vaccine to prove to them that it's not, we have not come to kill their children. The essence is to get polio, a deadly disease, out of Nigeria. We succeeded. For 3 years now, polio has been eradicated in Nigeria. But we have not stopped vaccinations. That is because polio cannot be said to be free until we are totally free from the world. We still have presence in Afghanistan and we have presence in Pakistan. We are still fighting those two countries to be eradicated completely. Then this year, there was a breakout in New York, surprisingly, after about over 25 years of being free from polio. What it means is that we are not free in Nigeria. Anybody can travel in and bring polio into the country. And that is why we have not stopped vaccinating. So if a country like New York can have a breakout, then God continue to help us. So we are still vaccinating until polio is totally eradicated in the whole world. And we can beat our chest and say, yes, we have succeeded. And only then can we stop the vaccination of polio. So we have a lot Rotary is doing. Rotary touches humanity in different ways. Rotary does things ordinarily we know that government alone cannot do. So let me say we are assisting government to touch lives within the communities and provide amenities, different kinds of amenities. Rotary has put hospital beds in hospitals. We have renovated maternity wards. We have even built, if you go to around the Omole Golden, Rotary Club of Omole Golden, built a children pediatric section, a whole building, and donated it to, what's the name of this area? In Ikeja, around Ikeja here, Omole Golden. Yes, they built it. It's there, Rotary Club of Omole Golden. Rotary is in the building and equipped it because we have what we call global grants. If we have things like that and we need high technical equipment that are very expensive, you partner with clubs abroad. They partner with you, and then Rotary International will match your partnership. Whatever you are able to provide, Rotary will provide 50% from the international level. They send in the money, so they are able to get the equipment to equip the hospital. And I was there this year, and the head doctors and nurses there said, since that place was donated to them, the rate of child mortality had dropped. Because you go, it's a whole building, all for children alone. So mortality rate has dropped drastically. Towards the few months ago, I was also in Agbara to commission a whole building again. They did and donated to NYSC camp. They noticed, the thing they visited there, saw that coppers had no place to stay. There is no offices, there is no place for coppers and all that. And they took it upon themselves to provide accommodation for coppers. I was there with the local government chairman and all that, and the directors for NYSC. Was commissioned. Rotary is on that building today. So there is a lot. It's enormous. It's enormous that I can't begin to say all that Rotary has been able to do within Nigeria. Because all I've said now is just between Lagos and Ogun State. Yeah. So you can't begin to imagine what Rotary is doing in Kano, Abuja, Kafanchan, Sokoto, Maiduguri, and the rest of them, or even in Ghana. And you can't begin to think what Rotary is doing in the East. You understand? This year again, I've just finished discussion with one of my colleagues. The same AMPA, Medical Association of Nigerian Doctors, they are coming back again to Nigeria. But this time around, they are taking the mission to Abia State. And they were just telling me to get the district governor within the district 9142 to partner with them so that they can come in. And all they want to do is just get the people, do the advert, get the people that will need this medical attention, screen them, get them ready, and then maybe talk to the hospitals that will agree to partner to provide their hospitals for it. And they will come in again. Who knows how many doctors? Last year I was 50. I don't know how many of them that will come in this time around, and they are going to Abia State. This is the beauty of Rotary. And our game You will ask, because in all this, we are not paid money to do this. We work, we call it service above self, because in all we do, we're only thinking of the population, thinking of the children, thinking of the lives we are going to save. And we put in our 3 T's: our talent, our treasure, and our time. Like I'm sitting here, this is my office as the district governor, but I'm a stockbroker by profession. So imagine what will happen to my profession for this Rotary year while I'm sitting here as governor. If I don't have a stable office with capable hands to run the place, I don't know what it will be like by the time I finish my job as DJ to come back to my profession. So this is how it is. We have plastic surgeons, we have all kinds of professions, because Rotary is a body of professional and business people who have decided to come together for one reason: to touch lives and create hope in the world with the less privileged and people who think their life is hopeless. We give them hope and a reason to continue to live. That is the beauty of Rotary. So that is what we do.
Thank you very much. Then I also want to ask, how do you combine your role in this district, this Rotary year, and then your activities within your own
Office.
no, not office, your own Rotary club?
Okay. For the period I'm sitting as the DJ,
Okay.
I'm excused from club activities. My Rotary Club is there. Their job is to support me to succeed as a DJ. I have paid a visit to my club because, of course, I have to pay the normal visit of one a year to see how they are prepared and all that. But the weekly meetings we normally have, I'm excused until I step down as DJ, because I won't even have the time. And I visit so many other clubs and attend so many meetings. So those meetings come as makeup for the meetings I'm supposed to have done within my own club. So I'm excused.
So how did you join Rotary? Like how many years?
I joined Rotary 2006, and I've been a Rotary since then. But before then, I was a Rotractor while I was in the university. You know, Rotary has 3-4 levels. Now we have Rota kids, what we call Rota kids. We prepare them early, train them to grow with humanitarian heart. Because it's not everybody that can be a Rotarian. You need to be a cheerful giver. You need to be a giver to be a good Rotarian. Because you will ask, now I'm abandoning my job, I'm sitting here to run Rotary, to touch lives and all that. What do I gain? The smiles on the faces of the people we have helped. So you must be a humanitarian in heart to be a good Rotarian. And you must be a good giver. So we have what we call the Rota Kids from primary school. We begin to put them together. Then secondary school, we have what we call the Interact clubs. Then university, we have the Rotarats. And after Rotarats, you have the Rotarians. Which is right. So if you graduate from one to the other, but it doesn't mean you must pass through these 4 levels before you become a Rotarian. No. You can not have been a Rotractor or Interact and now become a Rotarian. But we invite people to Rotary because we don't want people. You know, Rotary has won consecutively for over 13 years. 4-star. We've been rated 4-star by Charity Navigators in America because of our integrity. Integrity is our watchword. Our word should be our bond. We must be trusted for you to be a Rotarian. Because once you see anywhere in the world, you will see somebody wearing this pin, you're already looking at him as family. You say fellowship, and he answers back. The next thing is, which club are you from, what country, and all that. And you don't care what color, what race the person is coming from. You already see him as a family. And he will be too glad to welcome you into his home and to give you whatever you need. So if we allow criminals to come in, then we're finished. Because once I see you with the pin, it only tells me one thing: you can be trusted. And I'll trust you to do business with you. I'll trust you to give me anything and I will accept it. That is the way we are in Rotary. So we see ourselves as family, first and foremost. And in one body, one mind, with one goal, which is touching humanity. We sacrifice to help others.
Let's talk about your profession. What attracted you to stockbroking?
I was a banker. When I left school, my first job was banking. I was a banker. After so many years, in the verge of trying to go around the financial world, I felt I've had enough of banking. I needed to try out some on stockbroking. So I went to write the exams and then qualified as a chartered stockbroker. 7. And I've been a stockbroker since then. I see it as a good profession. In banking, what we do is stereotype. You have your debts, you have your job, and all that. But in stockbroking, it's called investment banking. It's something you can do and retire into. It's something now, especially now when we are all the IT level has grown. Before we used to do call over section. I remember when we started, it was call over. If he bidding, his house bidding and all that, we shout on top of our voices until we became computer literate and all that. Not literate, we were all computer literate, but we didn't have the machinery to do that. So when we did that in 1997, we went into automation. Now we can use the computer to bid and do our trades. After that, we have migrated. Now you can trade even with your phone, and you can trade from anywhere in the world. And that is why I'm able to sit here and still run my office. Because every morning, like once I come in, if I don't have meetings and all that, I can open my system. I'm watching the market. I want to know what the market. I can trade from here. I can trade with my phone. That is the beauty of technology, and that is the level we are in capital market now. So it's something I want to do till I retire. And it's one business you can do from your bedroom. And if you're a professional stockbroker, you're a professional stockbroker. I don't need anybody to trade for me, even I'm 90. I can trade for myself because I'll continually upgrade myself in the technology or policies of the market. And because I have a license to trade, meaning I could trade for myself. So that's the beauty of it.